years looking for government to come and employ him. I didn't have so cool school and Bibia continent Africa. No? It only makes us non-thinkers.
Yes,
but remembrers of things.
Yes.
So the people cannot think outside the box. I don't see how we should have an educational system where somebody will come out of school after how many years? From class 1 to university, more than 22 years, and still will sit home for 7 years looking for government to come and employ him. I didn't have so cool school and Bibia. I will say this. The educational system sets us on unnecessary competition from class 1 to 4. Na me tell the first pa. Na me father sister me call school for. Then me could do one. We were 36 in the class. Me did 12. And I'm baba says one so abon. Then the second term me be did third. With Peter King Chimensa and a Chamary. A Chamary first, Peter King second, third. AMA. The next term I came second. And in fact, for the next 2 years, a Mary will not allow me to be first, as I have promised my father. So you see, right away, we set our children on the path of unnecessary competition instead of coming together with one common aim and unity to develop the nation. If you're on the road, KSM, now we use to Ghana for. So what sign ho? Oh my, speed. Obeko speed. Me want to overtake noa. Can be kura best and come out kwa ma wushemu no obebo amawo wudi entia onim say wo san ne ho a what the first. Yes, so psychologically our educational system set us on the path of unnecessary competition. We need to abolish that, do away with it. You go and no do the first, do the second, up to 500 and something. You have a blackboard no so notice board. Ni abebo yabobo we are the 500 and something. Right away we've demoralized that person completely. At that tender age, you see akola na bon. Enti akola ntimi nya hwe won kane ho nkonipem. We need to do away with it. I watched one footage from Korea. And kolani hwe high jump. Okay? Ano mu nyina hwiri wie a car baako. All of them had to come back, support that child by clapping for him.
Manihuri.
And manihuri and son omu nyina kwa kwa hageno. But in this continent and in this country, we don't do that. Yes, why the difference? So one, our educational system, we need to abolish it. Educational system where I collect me pass a Greek. I hear from a human yes, I agree in economy. Educational system, I collect me pass science. I collect me pass environmental studies, how to keep your environment clean. Yes, one pass Bruni Bicasa. It is our and conquest nephew. We cannot continue to have the educational system.
That's deep.
So we have to do away with the educational system. Sebianya school, university me call educational system be a yesia. You see Woodrow Wilson say, Max Weber say, Marxist theory say, one say. So Africa.
That's right.
So all their philosophies, they propounded it based on American structure, UK structure. Why then do we continue to have this in our educational system? And for that matter, the people can't relate with anything they are learning. So one, we have to do away with the educational system we have and come up with curriculum that reflects our society and building an African personality. Two, say a president, na say basi nei. If you don't know how to, Nana Akufo-Addo is doing very well with that bit where he does African wear and all that. My people who have demonized anything African, and in return they've given us what they believe is right for us. Under this scorching sun, then he passed to Pampe, they try a mere minute. Now Busana said, Dear Nehano, Kwasi Brominya 2 months of sunshine, and we are. So what? We have to get somebody I'll bet him your promote to say. Anything African is not bad. KSM in the African way is superb, it's fantastic. So if you're a president now, made in Ghana product, you have to make sure somebody conscientizing the people.
Not to cut you off, but one of the funniest scenes I see in my life is when I see our respected learned men and women, the judges. No, in a blonde wigs.
Meanwhile, UK for what kind of people are we? But you see, it goes ahead to tell us the mental fiber,
the colonial thing that you've been talking about,
the colonial mindset.
Yeah,
anything white is good, anything black is not good.
Yeah,
we cannot continue to do our things that way. For one, president, any leaders should replicate. And I look for by you obey BBS friends Friday way. I think we should do Monday to Friday way.
Yeah.
We cannot continue to live in a country where we will continue to contribute to the economy of Europe through the buying of suits.
Yeah.
Giorgio Armani. Why Armani? Why Armani? And so you me anomote hey GTP. GTP for producing tadie and toma. Intimi me anumon pembi mayense. We simply cannot continue like that. Make ahemfo. Look at BB. I see a friend BB GH Henke Snap. For over how many centuries? Oh, quite him fear be a yan anonymous for GH Henke Snap and Eba.
Yeah.
GH Henke is in Europe na Paramount Distilleries a coffee free deba.
Yeah.
And in return, we are contributing to the economy of Europe by having foreign taste.
Yeah.
Instead, see about patronizing Gihok. Nagihok at me a trend and tabemu. Now I employ Nkrofono. So one, the president should conscientize the people to enjoy made in Ghana product. So what we produce, we will buy it, and the money will stay here to develop our
economy. Show some love, man!
For me chacha obia me the obia se wa wo ha bia no sre wa share ma me quick na je say amanfo enye aware say yaba ene ye ba ya ye ba besua ade te me ka se ye ba besua ade eno nkire se me ye teacher ena ba be kire ma ade ba ye nyina no sometimes no obi edi nkomo krampo na ya adesua because se wo kasa wo kan de wonim ba se wutia uti something new e bia wonte da enti say ye din hu ye ho nkomo e ya adesua na bia okay enti contribution bi obi ade bia no through typing and as through in the comments you know very appreciable me appreciate bibi asa anti me hesitate say over throw comment and say wa adwene e wo comment line mu okay and am amunim say me de me wie pe me bi telephone line so de atum am wo so afre say de be ya enyem one sided conversation because me person me me involve omo hwe bi ni nyina no nti me wie pe me bi telephone line so atum na je say ade amanfo afre na in the video we say no okay it's about Sean or Sean Nation TV any Emmanuel Amissah Emmanuel Amissah dey am say obi anim no that guy na o ka brofo akese okodi Mr. Owusu Bempachi emo koye debate Ben Moshe egwa ni debate na se poto so omo ho video ni e ba we nsisi no na Sean Nation TV another Sean okay what take strategy be a bad for himself by I am say on realize it and I say on recognize it because what hunu say Ben Moshe a good market for him what hunu say okay and also they clear because the Ben Moshe no since Nokware bi obabe kan ye no and I say asem bi obabe kan no ama amanfo bebre tu na niati agu Ben Moshe so it time bia na ube use Ben Moshe as your topic no amanfo be dey ebe patie Sean Nation ohunu that strategy no and I say onya hunu sa de na ape and was stay o Ben Moshe so saa me ka kire wo say ohun sisie ya me ne wo kasai no say wo kohwe Sean Nation the platform no so for the past 55 videos why no ni nyina afa Ben Moshe ho na je say wo hunu say oyusu Ben Moshe din na obeden amanfo bebehwe ene woguso o yisu by how long na abetimi aye how long na abetimi ama o platform ni nyina aye consistent of Ben Moshe semi dem ka a bad strategy ena say bi so asenka wo de kan okure ne kran pan kanya hi ba e yentro nko an oside twa majority yen kan sa majority na o kasa ni nyina yentro ye ba be pubu bi a kire mu sisi a wo ha sei so what I say it is shown nation no or ha ne ho or the entro and the first of all did that man for and I will say you should Ben Moshe and quantity say ziano or changing the topic kakra bi na e be bibi basa bi so ye ba bo video no me say me ye program bi ana me bo video no was screen so na my show na ma hunu bi nya me manu masem okay ti me bo video no ama mu nyina ma ye clear ne ye hunu de e kasa fa ho ha say no okay na show nation no and since okasa fa Ben Moshe hu na edidwabre no ne followers no anase amanfo omohwe no omo so empe Ben Moshe asem no ntino omo nhye da ntie de show nation ka no omo nhye da ntie de omo pa ne se obi ba hye Ben Moshe de omo pese omo tia ne se obi ba hye Ben Moshe enti omo nhye da ntie Ben Moshe ba enemy srewa mene wo mienu nyina no okay yenye sincere judge yenye se judge be judge unni mafa unni show nation afa unni obi afa ye de wagina honom se tie nsem na show nation ka no na uwi afa judge no se nsem na wo ka no okay me focus on Ben Moshe so wo de tie ni nsem na wo ka no wo behunu se guy we say no se wo yi otan na e bia wo ma Ben Moshe no na wo ka se wo tie na wo de wadwene wo de wadwena jeje na obehunu se Sean Nation on cancel papa ba kokra on ka hwe okay intimi ma me kasa nwa too much okay wa ba bia me sere wa share na invite amanfo en ne beye brutal ha say say dem aka no me wie peso me say abo me say bie telephone lines ama amanfo aye contribution wa ha say okay intima mu nsuro kra mponti e ko Sean Nation ye be hwe ni video no Sean Nation why then ye be hwe ni video na tiefo mama hwe video no
ya start abwera Avraham Ben Moshe video simu ayegusu ye twako sa ai ye nia be ma mu nya ntiase se enye se wota no anase wo atake no nem ya de sua ene ye esua ai se ne Avraham timi kire na adwene so ye kire ya adwene wo hase na enne no video bi eda abontene eye Avraham Ben Moshe mu video ye bia ni follower bi aka asem bi but before that no yenko ye nuanom ho na ye nyenchia ye we ya starting komotechie no hye no akwa ba eye Ben Moshe ni follower ai omu de ahia ye preaching be break kan se me bre enti eye na abrantie bi ebusa question na the question na wo busa no Sion Nation boss free say it's necessary say I was say wo bam enti me do for come ho en enko video ne ma ye ba ya ton competition ne
etiefo me bam kakra wa ha say na je say ma explaining ne ma bi wa ha say ama mo okay say the lady no or introduce sa topic on ba be kasa fa ho no okay one strategy and I say one trick o mo say use ni say e bi o mo ko tu Ben Moshe a say Ben Moshe kan sem say bi am because say me dey make example okay Sethoo SSK platform no so no okay omo ba so no omo ye very intelligent people omo ba SSK platform so na say Sean Nation obe repeat the meme kan na o say Sethoo say on the platform so nko na intelligent people ba so no one wa change the meme kan no one wa twist no wa gina de ono no kan so no e de abeden aba reply o somewhat the me part na say no in the Sean Nation o kan sema no wa try so be repeat the work no by or repeat the work na no wa twist no na ono no twist na we no wa gina ono no twist no so no dey reply o enti se wan ye smart a because enti se na Ben Moshe kan ba nyisa na Ben Moshe kan ana se obi foforo bia se the make no o yusu Ben Moshe din keke video we say mo no majority of it na enye Ben Moshe mpo ne kasa ayo enye Ben Moshe mpo ne kasa se motis lady na the lady ne kan no lady ne kan say Ben Moshe nkofo bi Ben Moshe ne nkofo bi atena se Samotia say eye omu yusu Ben Moshe din ni keke ba enye Ben Moshe ne kasa mama yintie be nti mo behunu say obi kasa na Sean Nation on the sister on woman na ete wonom no Oma twist asem no omo twist asem na oma gina oma mo twist ne so no na omo dia answer na omo dia reply na omo dia kasa say what I say sa mentality no wo mo tiri mu de ma mo hwe bi moibo
bebato biara
asem ni say who can asem bi say historical fact ana myth me a Muslim. Me a common sense family. I'm a free thinker.
Hold on. Sorry for interruption. You've made two statements. Me a Muslim. Me say a free thinker. Which is which?
Please, it's no contradiction.
For proper communication,
okay,
clarify.
Be a Muslim. That's all.
Okay.
I said person.
For am say mu nyina mote guy na kan say oye Muslim. And say guy na ono busa question no. Mami mo background kakra we bi o mo wo sisi ai no. We ye Emmanuel Amissah oni Ben Moshe ye debate say mo be kaya. And after the debate no, guy we be busa question o busa Emmanuel Amissah question. Guy na introducing himself or say onye common sense family or ye Muslim and was a free thinker. I say it is saying. I say it say you Muslims be wo honom na omo de Quran be kan and I say the omo hadith be kan enu kwa no betie by you Muslims bi wo honom so a omo so busa questions or ye Muslims stay no ba okasa wo ye free thinker na kire say says bibi ni na adwene nkwa obebusa ho questions say onyanti sa adwena say on accept ne keke saada sa ne ka say Muslims no omo ye free thinkers no sa na omo identify omo say omo ye Muslims by enye say the Quran akanti o se koli there be one brother so say Muslim back home me ne tire o ka tire me and I say na ye tire on my platform no so and o say ne maame nobody comes before ne maame de on fani ndi agro apart from Allah say kasafa human beings mo okay ne maame de obi ama and another Muslim back home tire no ka tire ne say o pa tire say o maame comes before Prophet Muhammad ana and o say ane ne maame comes before Prophet Muhammad or can plain. So on common sense, and I say free thinkers ni bi no. Ne maame na wonim how ne maame bre won ho. E bia wonim situation ne maame akom to pay for his school fees. And I say his hospital bills. And I say bibi sa on tena honom emma obi fufuro bi mfa ne maame ni monyam nkokosho obi fufuro ani. It is that guy, and a Muslim guy, also or can plain. Emma the other Muslim guy na catch us na adwene nye. All kase ne maame comes before prophet na one beto ne da no prophet na wan hu ne da no onte ne ho asem da no obi si na adwene nye enti ye wo Muslims bi wo honom na omo consider omo say omo ye free thinkers but omo ye Muslims still brother we say so or identify himself or say onye common sense family member or ye free thinker no say ye Muslim samote by mo bo hu say Sean mo kasafa guy we ho a omo be kasa we common sense say that me kind before no omo be kan omo be kan bibia fa ho ba nye de wo kan no omo be kan de omo pa fa ho no omo wie no magina de omo kan no so no na omo de ansa ho sa na omo tie
me bisa say Abraham or prove bibia a chire na it's like unti ase yi okay uba it's like uba Quran mo a ye wo bibi wo say bia prophet oshia abofo no oba afie no eye Khadija ni yere Khadija hono ko hu ni uncle e fe no Waraka bin Nafa no approve say ade a prophet hu no eye obofo nti after that no na revelation no na aba every time na aba after the death of Waraka bin Nafa no revelation ni sizie and say revelation is easy. Thank you. Ya kai Quran and the issue of the Quran. Yahudah ni nyina wom. Iti se sia Avraham prove say o can say Jesus no a myth no or prove the four gospels. Say Matthew, Mark, Luke and John. Say because Muslim obetumi abezi through this fact say aden na Waraka ohuye no na revelation is easy because Waraka no uchemu a e be say Waraka no bet say angel Gabriel for Islam the same thing Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John no wa prove say Matthew can say we no can say we are and no chire say adini eye meat na wo hunti ase say adini eye meat nti mpɛ sɛ
we educate me
mpɛ sɛ o educate ye
no who na educate me
yeah fine say because of four gospel no can say omo aka different things you know because Abraham say asem o can say me be the last person sin na me can say no say Muslim bi anami Abraham can say ochire me a me can say me do say adenna so obi una waka say nipa say onu na bofo na ohia no na bofo na odi revelation ni ba de bia odi ma prophet no na me a different person. It is me a different person ya adenna me ma hunu na revelation obofo no ma season obofo no fa revelation ni ba bio sa very different thing and that prove say adenu something it is sa na eba me ti ase wo Bible no say Bible no so say Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John so can different here. That means say adinu so meat. Okay.
Okay. Eda facha me na we answer. GT 284317. If I talk cock.
A tier 4. I hear me say brother no the occurrence is here and okay. Since say omu debate brother we say no wanya santini or can kasa or try so be explaining itself in Asante because most of the people on the tiers here. And until now all breath and so ontimi expressing itself that much no by the no person or can honum ne say and also the okan ya ne say okay na Ben Moshe can say Jesus no or your myth one exist because say the story na e Matthew, Mark, Luke and John no ni nyina anye the same e bi contradict e bi mo so wo ho enti aye bibia wo honum na oba Islam so mu a Prophet Muhammad nya the first revelation e wo mountain Hira honum no wo hunu say ye angel po ne ba ne honum Oko fie no ena ne yere Khadija edi ne ko obi ho no ma ye fe no waraka ena waraka ni mom ne ko identify kire Muhammad say nipa ko na oba ho cave ho no no wo ye angel say what say na enti sa asem we say no ena sa waraka no o sa wuye no ena revelation is sa Paul so ye esizi ye for some time until revelations no according to is enti say the Muslim guy we Muslim ena what kind of story ha say no okay sana wo pese oka sana waka ni nyina no nti wo say what Muhammad onya revelation wo hunu say engine ne ba ne nchen wo hunu ne yire Khadija na Khadija ne call ne cousin honum waka say wo nyina wo na asem no wo de ne call ne cousin honum ne cousin a ye fe no waraka and say the uncle ye fe no waraka na waraka ni mom na kire Muhammad say de oba wo nchen no angel so wo hu enti se obi wo honom na opese wo kwa age obetime busa se adentina e wo se sa papa we say na obe identify angel na kire Muhammad and I say adentina papa we say no waraka no owu ye no revelation so twae for some time e di entra so what say na enti sa na guy we wakasa na obusa Amissah say enti se you so adwene na adentina Matthew, Mark, Luke and John no contradictions and I say omansem ni nyina nye one na difference wo honum e betime prove say e be a fabrication say na guy ne person oka okay moment dey oka no
Patras mama okay obeti akoso lewe
all right what's the wara da body ni mama ye edin na boy
waraka bin nafa
waraka
bin nafa Khadija uncle
nafa
the cousin Khadija cousin
and I'm also we are Muslim.
Oh yes.
Abraham.
For 27 years.
Me no me anu nyina na yesua de kakra. Papa position is it a true reflection of Muslims ideology?
Ati for mo say the Amissah obusa Ben Moshe sisi ano afi de Ben Amissah o depend what the Ben Moshe beka so. O se me ne wumi anu nyina na asua ade kakra wo hase no. Da bia what in the platform so na wo claim say Ben Moshe nim hwe. A busa and this question the obusa Ben Moshe hypocrite. Some mama who be.
All right, it's just by the way. It is saying your pastor treat me as a Muslim.
Coffee radio.
For the whole world to hear me say, "Emra odi for ni konya message no. Sa wara kaban we no and a confirm man no on the basis of common sense and free thinking kra no. E kire say and then Muslim phone ya because it was confirmed by this person who was not there when the angel appeared to him. Maybe tell me what.
For some there okan sisi no point now make sisi no or say in the basis of common sense no So what I say am passe waraka no confirm ma Muhammad said the oba in Chenia angel there and just Muslims ni Arabia omuni Arabia but no correct me the sources ni nyina be kyeremo waraka bin na fala se hwan waraka no ono the confirm ma Muhammad Emma Muhammad who say the oba in Cheno angel into see ano Amissah what can clear say in the logic no in the common sense no say waraka no the confirm ma Muhammad there and just say Muslims ni any bia omuni alabia say what I say na say no kan sisi a mamo TV ye be say tie biom mo de monto mo
they tosumienu one making historical claim still against Muslims say emra sa waraka ewu ye pe na revelation no esizi ye I have read Islamic history but minya en coming across but what I know is say when the holy prophet died and a revelation esizi ye can you give me proof evidence for this assertion that when waraka been died the revelation ceased? Can you prove it?
Me you sue adene amount for evidence me pacho elder asem person me pa utie say ni ejue noko say uso use wadun intina starting no me tell say obi ka bibia say uso say bible na ka say obi aka tell say Jesus Christ obaye now what's your Bible mu now what prove your Bible mu say Matthew, Mark, Luke and John omu ka different here that means Jesus never existed.
Thank you so much. Final comment.
Boss Emmanuel. Ono kwani obi a wati bebusa kwasi a wati megina obese yi 2 minutes.
And I'm a student of Islam as well, but I can tell you say na yati sisi ano enye true representation of Islam.
For mutte ono se we student of Islam a Muslim akan sema kire no onim adekro no instead of him say ono bekwa kohwe ehu akira kwan no ono bekwa kohwe say the agane kan ne no kure no ono ugina honom say enye the true representation of Islam. Ade so unim no beka say minim no ntimekwa koye ehu hwehwemu no ono ugina honom akan because osuro so beka no kure no in front of Muslims. Hypocrite. And Ojina Muslims for any mudia or be consider Prophet Muhammad as a holy prophet. But I say, that's why I want accepting on Jin say Muhammad a prophet ampa. But already obe accepted Muhammad as a prophet. So Ojina Muslims anymore or say any the representation of Islam. But the guy can the true representation of Islam. By Amissah saying say or ye hypocrite nintino and what can say we say what I say.
Yes. I'm a student of Islam. So I'm telling you, and then it's a gross misrepresentation of Islamic history. Now,
Pia, metaphor, said the Muamu video no. According to video no, Nippana Obusa question na a person what should I say? Encremo for Muslim for Penny Muhammad. Enye Nyankopon ene yi Quran e de man nemom eye wo pani be ye fe ne waraka but before e be ma Sion Nation boss e yi anono me pese me who is waraka because e be question na ne pako ne busa me anka se me I just want to know say waraka no oye book bi and ya ma title bi obesi bi chiro book no ma din waraka e na me na hwefo ye nim who waraka is and before be question na no ma ye hu say waraka a title be a be book so and answer we nipa so let us
etiefo mo te de ge na ibusa no we na kire se omu nyina na omu ya azanfo no ge no omu na bo audio we di kire sisi video no omu bo nyem na me bo yo omu video omu bo ye guy na okasa na wo ye Muslim no o kan clear wo video no say waraka no o ye the Khadija cousin and asa Khadija uncle o se o ye uncle ge no sheda ye no say de onim waraka ye book and asa ye den say na ge ne pretend ya yin sisi ano wa wo board just when tie the guy ne kan na emfa wo mo ho enye no kure na mo pe just omo person omo de omo create content bi omo platform no so no by using the name of Ben Moshe mo amu hwe question na guy ne busa ye na enye Ben Moshe ne busa guy no enye Ben Moshe ne kasa ye eye obi audience mu hono bi na obi ba busa ne question enye Ben Moshe yasem guy ne se wonye common sense ni wo ye Muslim enti we emfa Ben Moshe ho enso eye Ben Moshe no mo de si ha say no mo kasa fa na ho e na oma ten ne akwa na say akwa ne Ben Moshe follower mo beti de Sean Nation be kan sisi a no ge na wote wonom no lady no hema na wo say wala kan ye den eye book ana say ye de be no bi atwere ade so a guy na kan clear ne say wala kan ye uncle of Khadija uncle no ye den eye nipa sama hu eye ndada keke mo beti de Sean Nation wo be kan sisi a okay Sean Nation mo ntero be kan
me chia Sean Nation fu nyina na waraka bin Nawfal ya ka waraka nini dino o apane fe Nawfal
nese waraka na ye nipa
o ba o komishini Muhammad ne penso sallallahu alaihi wasallam
enti wo busa se waraka no o ye nipa ade so aga na kan video nim se na Khadija uncle no na ono na de mo amumtie
na o ye Christian sofo o ye priest na o ye pious o ye hutini pa na video ma me sere na me rasa ho ma Avraham Ben Moshe ne nkofo we Avraham na ka kire no on senti question ni mu no emra omuka se omuka on na Avraham o he ne fon so o ko so obunya no gogo se ampasa wada ka ka kire commissioni no a
ati for se me ka kire mo ense wo wi watani aye ne se guy ne ye Abraham nipa o se a guy ne Abraham nipa na mo amutie statement na o make ye na mutie asem na o make sense ba kokora ampo o se we Abraham na de ka kire no o kan sa asem ni we ya pe na o sa se mu hwe ya bon se Abraham tama no o mo kasa na Abraham ko Google eno Abraham ko check ya hwe se ya ampa se waraka ne ka kire na ono ase Abraham ne ka kire guy no afide Abraham se ko Google akwa ko check ya hwe mu nsantie bi o
so ye hutini pa na video ma me sere na me rasa ho ma Avraham Ben Moshe ne nkofo we Avraham na ka kire no on senti question ni mu no emra omuka se omuka na Avraham o he ne fon so o ko so obunya no gogo se ampasa wada ka kire commissioni no a
eti for sema hu de me ka kire mo no enti ne de Abraham ti debate ase na okran telephone e de na Sean Nation hu se e Google no woko na waka check de asem na guy ne kan pon fa Abraham ho ye musa Abraham question ye busa Amissah question Abraham ti ne be BCC no o se Abraham ne ka kire guy no by ye na Abraham sa call internet no kwa hwe se ya ampa se wala ka na ekeka e make sense simple ti na me kan the beginning okay amanfo be support to Sean because omuso mpe Ben Moshe asem nti se Ben Sean ne kasa omunhye de ntie de wo ka no because wo tie de wo kan we wo ha se na e make sense kura Abraham ne ka kire no se ma muhunu se na Abraham o ko Google akwa check ya hwe se wala ka na ka kire na ampa e make sense sa me ka kire mo okay enti se bi nko na omoye sa nko na omoye e wo se wo hye da tewaso na wo tie de wo kan na wo forget Ben Moshe for the meantime na wo analyze wo mamon se mo se omo make sense ba kokora ge na shada pretend there say one ti se wara kan ye nipa o ye ne ho se de omo onim sa na omo tie because a propaganda
mama ntwa so prekwana me
oh yeah because already no watch them ye kawaraka me de na me feel say ye bi foforo bi but ahwefo waraka na ye nipa odimu ya o ye nipa titiru pa okay now your question now according to nipa kro no kire say
it said get Sean Baba explaining ade ne sisi a oba be kekansem o se mi na motama so na mo hwe ade na oba be kan okay misrema by mon share video we say no na mon comment and say mon like video no very important misrema the more na mo be like no the more na mo be share no and say mo be comment no and na Facebook for YouTube for so be the ebe promote video na man for hunu no mo ba be check it the Sean or Ghana for ha say ye penokre no so what say na we nye personal attack on Sean and I say lead now what one no but a truth no nokre no ye kan okay ye be ko omo sources mu na ye da kire mo say waraka no ono the confirm ma Muhammad say angel ne ba ne honom ena Amissah so aka say sa na tie pa ande ane say Muslims no omo ni alabia say what say na mo the momentation kakra na ewi ye nko omo source ni na ma mo be hu nsem ne
Quran konkron no e ma prophet Muhammad nemum eye waraka nipa ena yi Quran no enti de be ma ye hu say Quran ko ye nipa nsa no anase Yakobon nsa
pia bim sawara
some say I don't know a very critical so man tell so again na wa change enye sa na guy na kan enye sa na guy na kan again na change ni say Mo da muntie again kan bi onsisi a.
Ye kawaraka me de na me fi say ye bibi foforo bi but ahwefo waraka na ye nipa odimu ya oye nipa titiru pa. Okay, now you question now according to nipa krono kire say enye nyankopon na yi Quran no Quran konkron no e ma prophet Muhammad nemum eye waraka nipa na yi Quran no enti de be ma ye hu say Quran kro ye nipa nsa no anase nyankopon nsa no
Atie for samote said the can before no watch that change asem no wa change asem nyesa na guy na anka say what I can try Quran wa anka sa o say Muhammad na ye den o say Muhammad e call Muhammad waraka na confirm ma Muhammad say angel na ba ne honom no mama yenti guy na asem ni bi because woman na wa change no woman na change no wa change no muntie.
It's no contradiction.
For proper communication,
okay,
clarify.
Be a Muslim. That's all. Be a Muslim. Be a common sense family. I'm a free thinker.
Hold on.
Kabinda fa. Akura mo ye wo bibi wo say be a prophet oshia abofo no. Oba afie no eye Khadija ni yere Khadija. Ono ko hu ni uncle. A friend waraka bin nafa. Waraka bin nafa no approve say ade a prophet hu no e yobofo. Nti after that no na revelation no na aba every time na aba. After the death of Waraka bin nafa no revelation ni sizie. And say revelation is sizie. Thank you. Ya kai Quran and the issue of the Quran ya hu we ni nyina wo mu.
Okay, etie for ni nyina e clear and say na guy ne kan o sim waraka ne de o confirm ma Muhammad keke wan kasa waraka ne kire the guy we say no de ne wanwan ne say e di enti na waraka ne wuye no na revelation so stop ye say what is ba won ka say e Muhammad and say waraka ne kire man nyisa na no kan no ne question ni mo nyisa na kan but again de wa chenyi ade na aye ne say guy ne say waraka ne kire suma hu
Pierre Bim. So Waraka pan and my and Waraka is God who created the universe.
Samote and Tiziano or my changing and said guy and say Waraka na tray into my big jinat or momo twist and so no more answer guy no. By inside a guy in the kind, until I'm a kind of beginning no, I was some tema swing guy and Kase Waraka na tray or Kase Waraka na confirming Mohammed say a angel in a bow honum e will cage mohonum no. Sana guy na kan nzi o ma twist na nzi o ma begina so say guy na say waraka na tray nti yema answer ne sa
because the wisdom na she Quran mu no eni panti fa na adwene ntwero ezi enwoma bia ni wiase we ya botuma to sa nwoma we ho
oboa
se wiase na ka 1 million years sana asaya the more the wiase ni nyino ho asem Quran mu
oboa
obitika na ni agine wo sa Quran na she ka ho kom fun ho kom the technology Quran ho na ma Waraka na idea di hu say technology bi ba
atie for asema o kan ni nyina na ba go kura ni ho no ma ordinano na o ka keke o say wo Quran bibia ni Quran ni mu o say bibia ni Quran mu Quran no say wo di Quran to no ma na say wo analyze Quran ye kura na Nyankopon na wo mu no o ye so limitless o je say me hu de me fan compare no say wo dwen say Bible mu Nyankopon no nya o ni tumi bia na Quran mu de e lower kura ampo a low crampo until the guy Sean can obwa car be any Koran car send be any Koran mu telephone send be any Koran mu hwi ni Koran mu a copy ni Bible mu copy kakra na watching twice bi hwi ni ena mu te say waraka na we Christian na we Christian say what I say na enti na just say Khadija no onu so be Christian papa because say Khadija no onye Christian na I didn't see Muhammad koko hu bibi na odi back ne yire honum na yire ne ko ne sofo honum anase ne kezen ya oye Kristo ni honum I didn't see one for na nko pagan for bi honum we question say what say am for modwene ho say Khadija na onye Kristo ni na onye Christianity ni India I didn't see na odi Muhammad ko Kristo ni honum just beginning of Islam na ye Kristo ni mpo na share Islam ase ene de according to Quran no Christians ni filthy. And then they commanding Muslims, so go and find them, kill them wherever you find them. And so a Christian identify first angel in Islam. But the moment the shonka.
na wa na ma you see asam na ho kana wo se wo ye muslim ni na the research any muslim idea ne say emra nabiyullah muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam okọ cave hira mu no sa budani mu no akọ hu se bibisi onka ikra bismika rabbi allazi khalaqa kan ka wa de obo so ni assassin din no wo se saade na okọ hu ni e waraka. Now let me give the background of waraka. Waraka bin Nawfal.
Ati for samote ense me ka kire mo Sean say guy ne say saade na okọ hu ye no eye waraka. Ba nyi sa na guy ne kan clearly mami sa mo nkyere mu biom wa guy na nka say ade na Muhammad ko hu no cave no mu ne ye waraka. Dina me kan begin no say Sean or the amanfo adwene di agro once bia ne followers ne mpeben mo hye asem ne ntino o kasa amanfo ntie guy na nka say ade na Muhammad ko hu no cave no mu ye waraka guy na nka sa the guy ne kan ya ne say Muhammad de ohun no cave mu no eye waraka ne ka kire ne say eye engine ohun no mu ntie biom
akura mu a ye wo bibi wo say bia prophet oshia abofo no oba afie no eye Khadija ni yere Khadija hono ko hu ni uncle e fe no waraka bin nafa waraka bin nafa no approve say ade a prophet hu no eye obofo nti after that no na revelation no na aba every time na aba after the death of waraka bin nafa no revelation ni sizie and say revelation is easy. Thank you. Ya kai Quran and the issue of the Quran. Yahu we ni na wom. Uba Quran.
Therefore, and the way you clear Sean nation or control and yes na guy na kind. Guy na nka say Muhammad the ohun no cage ni mo no waraka. And yes na guy na kind. Guy na say obedru fienu na yere Khadija de ne call ni anka honom. The way say mo ba hu say sia no. Since say Sean nation or no making in mind no one miss go to guy no. Oba begina eno sumom ena odi answer guy no na wa destroy bibia sisi ano sema hu sa tactics we nkwa na omoye enti wo kotu a no wa kotu in a wrong way enti ono no wrong way na wo kotu no wa gina eno so na odi answer ho di wo hwe na abeka say e make sense ba nye sample na wo kan enye sample na wo kan
oye Kristo ni woman ni oye priest pious man pa na emra ya wo komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam no ni suban mamelika ma background kakra bi emra ya wo komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam no na meka fo asaya mana base wono oba na ada wo akoda but so oba ne wo oba wo si akoda na amro oba hu ni mfaso nti o chapter nyanko boka se sa semu we no beto me bia se wo yi akoda ebusa sa akoda boni me no ye wo yi ni guye
eti for samote o make claims keke ye wo chapter bia chapter ben on show a chapter krona ye kansa e ka bibi say fa ho na no keke on prove hwe o se ye wo chapter bi o Quran ni ma e ka se wu yi akra ni go e bebusa say e we chapter ben ade tira all more chapter ni na manfo no ye critical thinkers no ye ntimi nkofese chapter na shan e ka na ye no kra information bi a wo de bebia no se wo ye study na wo pese wo hu se ye no kra wo so bo a kire hwe shan ka no kra Sean on kanokre o si chapter ben wa mo chapter bi edi ba wo ka o si telephone e wo Quran ni mu car e wo Quran ni mu ene ye wo chapter bi so say e wo Quran ni ba o mo hwe nkire wo bia uti akire na obo ntiri ko wo say enokre ba enye nokre oboa o me prove chapter kro me enhwe
obi nim no kasa just like that now emra komsheni no wonyini no o me the first bank our Mecca ay komsheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam yes this is the first bank no suba mane ba say so obi osika se jeto wo mame ne fa no Sadiq wa Amin
etie for mote the first bank ay Muhammad obwa e fa na gu Quran mu say the first bank ay Muhammad Quran krampum no the followers of Muhammad omo accuse Muhammad say Muhammad the real there in the Quran meti media chremo screen so krampo sisi because my fan chremo krampo am for beka say bia Sethoo me to improve my point bia okay my fan chremo etie for in the Quran itself no krampo no Muhammad on so ye den am for accuse ni say Muhammad ade bia yira na omodwen say e wono ne fine so what you say na Quran chapter 3 verse number 161. Okay, I'm find my screen so. Because Sean say Muhammad is the first bank, Obia trusted Muhammad. Even in the Quran, Adibia in the Quran, outside the Quran, Biano, okay? And you're credible because after Muhammad, the Chino Motor never been on Modi edition Muhammad. So say Muhammad say no, yeah. After the day, so here Quran chapter 3, verse number 161, okay? Okay, this verse is talking about it is not for any prophet to take illegal a part of booty. We say, because of the followers of Muhammad, they were accusing Muhammad, say, Adiyebia ira, yakase booty, say, why are Muslim now? We should name a little bit about Islam, no? Booty, ni say Muslims in Cameroon, so Moko war. Now, Omoko capture a man for no, Muku a man for no, so Muniama. A Japan number we are not the baby, no. No more baba che any friend booty no ya ka se booty a no enti omudi ade ko ne booty ni beduru fie no na bibira wo mu enti we ye Muslims na omo ka se bia ye Muhammad na afa ade no e na Allah nyankopon na obo wi ase we se ni nyina no e di verse e ba be ka kire omo se enye normal for a prophet to take illegally a part of booty. So what you say na it is a the explanation of the verse now. And when we say in Quran chapter 3 verse 161. And you me explanation, and you me explanation. At the counter immediately say Sean can't say Muhammad or the first bank in Saudi Arabia. Only prove with evidence be a proof as we say. Sean o cantro. And then Allah mentions okay, so here verse now where Ibn Abbas can okay. Then Allah mentions their sermons about the prophet that he was not going to divide any of the booty among them, and because of this they left their position, saying it is not for any prophet, it is not permissible for any prophet to cheat. So what they say, no almost say we are baby. Until na Allah edit verse nearby and over catch them say prophet no only many baby sir. So okay, verse has a cramp now. We see the same explanation. No, when some red velvet cloth went missing on the day of Badr, and some people began to say, perhaps the prophet took it. Into the verse way by, and until the people were accusing Muhammad of taking something. So what they said, and said Sean Ekan Obwa, and yes, Muhammad is not the first bank bia Obwa. And I didn't pour Yira one of them, for I didn't Yira. I didn't hear Allah one point out to say any Muhammad the fire by a Yakware the fire 1.0 and one said any Muhammad the fire. When you know even a would pack fire, a besina in young would your fast no by Uncle accuse Muhammad, so be a righteous or be our own yard or kind of cretin piano. Say be that or be a uniform that say you win the fire that. But in the Quran, you will verse a prove amount for accuse Muhammad, which means saying or moon name the subine. And yemena make a Quran kasa yemena make kasa wa say okay yemena make kasa into the show no a book to be or match after the Muhammad wu ye no and omodi person omodi portray say or so by Quran kasa a different a Quran no masem momenti show there no okay momenti
adike so obi o ka no kore konjeni gitu sisika no wo de bet bo mu se ya wo be bande ete nete on fa nsanka na emre bi na no ofa e fa Abu Jahad no emre wo komsheni Muhammad no wo so na mama na opa nyina wuye nti wo me hu mama na opa da
ati for samote o se Muhammad ni uncle ye fa Abu Jahad muti zo kan o se Muhammad uncle ni ye fa Abu Jahad by Muhammad uncle ni ye fa Abu Jahad ye fa Abu Talib. The same or kasa, me say amount for checking Sean into bones of Becas or Kano Creno. By on Kano Creno, Muhammad uncle, your friend Abu Talib. Google crumple, my me call Google Sisia, okay, ne, ya check your Sisiano. Sethoo, the me can wrong and answer the Sean air can correct, okay, therefore. Mommy, I heard Google Sisia, okay. So, bo, me the chemo screen is Sisiano, okay. And you know about Muhammad's uncle's name. The name Uncle Muhammad, ne uncle, ni dear. Muhammad, ne uncle din then. Muhammad's uncle name, okay? And go say no. Abu Talib. Abu Talib ibn Abdul Muttalib enti Abdul Muttalib no eye Abu Talib ni papa said the okan say Avraham Ben Moshe no Abraham Ben Moshe just say Moshe the son of Abraham and I say Abraham the son of Moshe and bibisa enti na ono kan Abu Talib na ye uncle ni din enye Abu Jahab obwa me ni baby o nya the information no by session or kasa on provoche enti ubon say obadwen say aso me fan kire mo screen so me portrait kire mo screen so ati for any wo screen so no okay eno nu amu no hwe wo kwase Muhammad's uncle name a Muhammad ne uncle ni din di san a ni uncle ni din di Abu Talib enye Abu Jahab Abu Talib ni efe ni uncle no ni uncle din di Abu Talib okay enye Abu Jahab agan ne boa Sean boa musanti de Sean okan say Abu Talib Abu Jahab
to wo mame nya fa no Sadiq wa Amin Sadiq cheso obi o ka no kore ko je ni gitu se sika no wo de bet bo mu se ya wo be bande ete ne te on fa ne sanka na emre bi na no wofa e fa Abu Jahad Abu Jahad no emre wo komsheni Muhammad no wo so na wo mame na opa nyina wuye enti wo me hu na na opa da enti wo munam edwom
ati for enti we ye clear Sean obwa mo pa ma mo so mo check social media so ye wo internet si Abu Muhammad ni uncle ni yemfen Abu Jahab said the Sean e kan obwa yemfen Abu Talib one Muhammad uncle no
odeni kwadwom na papa bi hu komsheni ni se wo se ye twa bibi se khatamun nabuwa si ya twa the seal of the prophet akwan ha sei ana odi o ma chie bu se mpacha mo nyina ho abani ana obi papa no ne ko no papa se da bi enye ne ba no sa akola sei o ma me no papa ntinkwam
atiefo
afi na no fo no se edere ko ikeken eya mpato se o ma me no papa so wuem na ye wo no se akoda wei munhwe ni yie obeye ewiase nyina leader na so
atiefo samote enti guy we say ni person o ka kire sisi an say Muhammad no all kono na papa ben a na papa kro no oye angel na say onye oye angel say only Allah no onim future only Allah no nim future according to Muslims no omo sometimes na make just in Islam mo no so oba na we use critical thinking na we busa questions say tough pe on be ka kire say we ye hater na say bibisa by e was ye dwene ho na papa ni hunu say Muhammad be something in the future. Even in Islam, it's not allowed to even horoscope. Example, Emmanuel read horoscope. Nobody can tell you the future. Only Allah. No a prophet. When you will be a Allah and when you will be a sad story. We say in the Quran anymore. A story so my train baby no more they cover my Prophet Muhammad. Prophet Muhammad. Who check the century chronological story now. Prophet Muhammad in the 7th century no exist no has say no. Ebi go check here no in the 10th century baby and some better story we say no mo dey am Prophet Muhammad Quran nim and the story no mo all can ebi grandpa Muhammad the tears no want story we put that want that e na papa ni timi hunu say Muhammad we no angel papa no we dey be no we say ma hu into o mo stories no grandpa no loopholes be the ma ubusa questions kakra be po bo say enima nkoyi by omo de cover so keke omo de man Muhammad eluku better for them for the Muslims
ni yiri awdi ka wala fa no Khadija ni uncle ni wala ka bi Nawfal tieni ye ni uncle anasa no wafa why uncle but more than no wafa any
someone ni uncle ni wafa why an uncle but more than ni wafa asi e kire sen me say senka we say na omo hwe Sean Nation no omo hwe Sean Nation TV no senka omo reason kakra bi an kombe busa no critical questions why an uncle but more than ni wafa Sean Nation ya be o kasa obi abon
now ni yiri awdi ka wala fa no Khadija ni uncle ni wala ka bi Nawfal tieni ye ni uncle anasa no wafa why uncle but more than no wafa
ni uncle why ni wafa why ni uncle but more than ni wafa se mama hunu bi enti je say me ka kire mo say guy we say no se wo transfer pa na se wo pese wo analyzing the words no word for word your work ka no on kanya se semba akokra e yentro first of all you bad information and o say keka and the enye no kre e ni uncle but more than ni wafa I say church saying. I see a church say an anchor, but more than no offer. Mr. Mom, what chat and so I'm more training now, okay? Me who no comment no making kind of by me person focus too much on the comments and yes a bit confused me because me get that multitasking okay by me reading commenting and me appreciating and making kind Mr. Ma most me likes no so more try some me likes more likes no na Facebook for a promote video no na kwachire me dem nyina ma say okay by me focus on Sean so na mun tie bi o ye ne uncle but more than ne offer say na Sean kan okay moment to us ho no o ye ne uncle but more than ne offer
any waraka waraka oba paso dindi novel inti arabic fa na waraka bi novel te waraka oba pani novel inti Avraham Ben Moshe no wasi Avraham Ben Moshe Avraham wa ye Moshe ba Moshe ngeni dini wa padini inti okodi jufo na chi no papa na odi na chi no ye fa ni Moshe e odo to say Avraham Ben Moshe because the Jews and the Arab for no kasa na kwa say asante eni twi ese Eli lama sabaktani. My God, how you forsaking me? Allah, lama taraktani. Say. Now, Emra, o komisheni no, o nyini no, maka no moton akuyaba, o moton idols. So no, nyamini o, wasene no moton. Komisheni say no so ade amu yi de. Nyame be no. Enti okɔhye boda mu a na ɔbɔ mpae sɛ nyankopɔn bi wɔ hɔ nti onyiri ye no ɛna wɔhye boda mu na nyankopɔn soma Jibril papa we no chebi ɔtɛsɛ na sɛ Jibril ne ya waraka awon ntie mi ye
atie for mote na Mohammed no so no ohun sa amanfo eton akuaba omoton nyankopon no se nyankopon be ni no obọ mpaye e de ekwan be so na Mohammed ohun kwa obefa so obesom sa nyankopon na no obọ mpaye no how no osom sa nyankopon no na nyankopon bia na mekasa na onye prophet nyankopon bia na nkasa ba no onim kwa obefa so som nyankopon sa na wo kan wo shon kan no e na wo wie no se guy na se Jibril no angel no ba no Sean nation opa o me prove nkyere one word e wo Quran ni mu kyerɛ sɛ angel na oba Mohammed nkyɛn wɔ saa cage mu hɔnom no anasa cave mu hɔnom no ɛyɛ Jibril Quran never Quran ba bia ni hɔnom a Quran ka sɛ saa nipa pro na oba ne hɔnom no ɛyɛ Gabriel ɛyɛ ɔmo fabrication ɛnyɛ no korɛ Quran anka saa mo me hwɛ bio in Islam mu no sɛ Muslim ni bia hu no obi a ɛnkyia bɛ na ɔde kyia wo assalamu alaikum angel ne bae no o prove say ono so free Allah honom adanti na angel ne bae no wan kasa assalamu alaikum samoti ase ana enti we no critical thinking also use adwene no se guy ni busa questions no good question no busa Muslim guy no busa na good question di enti na waraka wu ye no na revelation stop ye no kwa menyan show evidence no prove no kire mo say the guy ne kan ne ye no kore ye beba so me de be kire mo mambe hunu bi je gan kai no no kore na Amissah so aka clear say sa na tie de na just Muslims o muni Allah bia because the beginning the genesis of Islam no it's based on violence tiebio violence and it started here because na Muhammad otene baby and obi baaye nipa ko ne baaye no wa introduce himself one card the Quran say hey me yakopon bofo me ba with peace I'm coming with salam peace me ba be kirewo the yakopon say me famra one introduce say one ka bibia and no one say nipa ko ne baaye no ka say read Muhammad say I don't know how to read so obi ba won chen etiefo and America no obi ba won chen na okache say reader asem na obeka say what should I read on can say I don't know how to read because on fa bibia ma I say read ya how so obi ka say read ya I say I don't know how to read and so unim be obeka say what say Muhammad ye illiterate fine but obi ka say reader e was so hu ade kwa dey na menkan what should I read now what the kire one no hu say I don't know how to read by story na e wo Muslims honom no en kire sa e kire say angel ne ba no was read and Muhammad say I don't know how to read and that angel chrono or use force pressure or Mia Muhammad or pressing no so hard Emma Muhammad na come na home importe and also say read the bio or say I don't know how to read na angel no say the same thing or say read the bio 3 times or 3rd time Muhammad say minimum read this tale And after the angel no repeat recite some Quranic verses ma Muhammad and the Muhammad dey ahopopo ko fie okoduru fie still wonim dey akoto no senka angel no ofri Nyankopon ho no man ko bae no ko beka say assalamu alaikum nanka anu be the greetings from Muslims no anu ti na angel ne bae no be share Muhammad wantimi anchia ne sa wantimi dabi
Jibril ban hono ka se iqra bismi rabbika allazi khalaqa kin kan wa dia o boss oni asase ma chamba so kin kan asase no mami ansan ya to aso
ati for answer show nation wa cut wa twa de no so short wa twa so short one can the story ni nyina ka no oba ye na o se ikra bismillah den o kika na Arabic no ba enye sa na ade ne eka okay said Sethoo me wa me sources ne wa ha say tie for we ye friend hadith no and explain the Quran no okay ye ka say Aisha na egu say no eye Muhammad ni favorite wife no we na wadi mfie 6 na Muhammad wale no ono ne die na wadi mfie 9 no that time de na eye normal ewo Arabic peninsula honom no na Arabs for no mo yesa according to Muslims into almost na onya akorabion obi a wadi mfie 6 aya ware no eye na da mfie 9 no onya akorabion according to Muslims na eye normal 10 a prophet of God ena wa yesa sa wote na enti Aisha no all cancer story we say nyame na meka so by story we say no very long say me kasa me reading nyina sisi ya possible ye betimi akenkan by very long ho enti me pese me show mo ba bia kire say Muhammad he was forced by this angel no ye den pressure no okay se mo story na enegu ase wo ma men kan kakra na mo munti ase kakra okay but munye study because as told me reading ni enye very good okay monto mo kakra the commencement of the divine inspiration to Allah's messenger was in the form of good righteous true dreams in his sleep. He never had a dream but that it came true like bright daylight. He used to go in seclusion, the cave of Hira, where he used to worship Allah alone, continuously for many days, nights. He used to take with him the journey, okay, into how Muhammad no cage honum kokobon paye no kosum Allah alone, only Allah alone. Edina Muhammad who say also kosum Allah alone. Yemfa no to nchen okay. Enti or explaining some things bi wo ha say me jump kakra because me pese making kind nyina. Enti one day no okay enti mo me hwe ye duru ha say baby. Tebi enti o say the angel came to him. The angel came to him in it and asked him to read. Enti ha say the first contact with Muhammad no. Omuka say the angel by Quran the Quran anka say angel ni Gabriel na say enye Gabriel. Wan kasa okay. Enti ha say na first contact Muhammad nyaye with the so-called angel no ha say. Okay? Tebi Aisha na kasa nyame na me kasa. The angel came to him in it and asked him to read. The prophet replied, I do not know how to read. The prophet added, the angel caught me forcefully, Tebi, and pressed me so hard that I could not bear it anymore. And to the angel no by and one can say assalamu alaikum. One can say peace be upon you, Muhammad. Nyankopon you one can say I am angel Gabriel. I am coming from your Lord. One introduce himself and one say obi ba you know. And I was say read. Or say I don't know how to read. And I look how the angel no. The angel caught me and forcefully and pressed me so hard I could not bear it anymore. He then released me and then asked me to read. I replied, I do not know how to read. Once again, second time, no. Was still minimum reading. This is the first encounter of Muhammad, any angel. And me source, na me kasa me show was screen so. Sahin, tebi for Sahin, and I'm a okay. Whereupon he caught me again, second time, no, and pressed me in the second time till I could not bear it anymore. There was a time beyond information, very important. So we need information now, okay? So we need information. Obi ebe tima baba ton bibia di amount. men kasa we emfa me ho so wonnim information we abo se Sean Beneshi be no wakeka ne nsem on ope no wo de a kyerɛ no wo dwen se what the correct one there be tina me show ade no screen so no wo hunu bi we ye Muslim sources we authentic hadith and am dey kyerɛ. The angel no he attacked the man but angel no wa introduce himself say me free Allah honom wa ka say assalamu alaikum and so angel no ba Mary honom no sa na oye Mary angel no ba Mary honom no sa na oye Mary da bi anyi sa na oye Mary okay ye nim angels ni sa na omote enye omso ban no ba mo the moment to aso second time no when the war attack Muhammad second time he then released me and asked me again to read. But I again replied, I do not know how to read, or what shall I read? According to Ntiafino Wobusan said, or what shall I read? Thereupon he caught me for the third time. Someone until the angel he attacked Muhammad 3 times, and son of Muhammad Obabekain. Until Okain the third time, and then he released me and said, read in the name of your Lord, who has created all that exists. He created man from a cloth. Read in your Lord is most generous. Okay? And or this our Quranic verse in the man until Quran chapter 96 verse 1 to the Kika and it is until when in the first revelation of Muslims ni nyae. Until this our verse we man no TBO after catch then the messenger returned with the inspiration, his neck muscles twitching with terror till he entered upon Khadija's house. Enti Muhammad obedru fie no na kon nyina ni kon ho ntiri nyina yiri sheki e na ode ba ni fie Khadija fie honom no obedru fie no first no ka cover me so what you say no cover me 2 times why panic so what you say na then TB into the Muslim guy na kan no say according to Islamic sources no Muhammad ohunu angel no enye ono ne kan say angel say na guy na kan okay me fa kire mo
uba Quran mo a ye wo bibi wo say bia prophet Ostia abofo no oba afie no eye Khadija ni yere Khadija hono ko hu ni uncle efe no Waraka bin Nafa no approve say ade a prophet hu no eyobofo until after that no na revelation no na aba every time na aba after the death of Waraka bin Nafa no revelation is sizie and say revelation is sizie. Thank you ya kai Quran no and the issue of the Quran Yahudah ni nyina
atefo mo te ya kan Quran no and the history of the Quran and Yahunu wom into the history of the Quran and ya kan sizie no and Yahunu sa asem we say no sa na guy na we Muslim no for many years no kan Amissah say Debbie that is not the true representation of Islam. Amissah onim de wakasa fa ho moment to story no so atefo mo amuntie bi okay ntina me show no was screen so no me say information no is the key. So also we know information, okay? They covered him till his fear was over, and then he said, "Oh Khadija, what is wrong with me?" He is in doubt. Say Nyankopon messenger about Muhammad honom. He is questioning what is wrong with me. Senka angel no introduce himself. Now nka wa attack Muhammad and Muhammad emusa question we say, "What is wrong with me?" Then he told her everything that happened to him. It has happened and said, I fear that something may happen to me. I fear that something may happen to me. Khadija said, never, but have the glad tidings. For by Allah, Allah will never disgrace you as he keeps good recitation, as he keep good reactions with your kith and kin. Okay, speak the truth. We say analyze it I don't know Aisha Khadija no or no a Christian because they anchor ni a Christian or no Muslim munyamba Islam ni honum asamen okasa fa ho say okay yen to story no so say help the poor and destitute okay enti Khadija keka enema Muhammad eye wa say no yen fa no to nchen then Khadija then accompanied him to her cousin cousin Waraka bin Nufal Yahudi ni wa say no Waraka bin Nofal said the Muslim guy in the kind sana Islamic sources esoso kan. Enti Waraka no or your cousin of Khadija Muhammad eko hu sa de no oke honom no bebo amane oka kire ne yere Khadija no Khadija de ne ko sofo honom or de ne ko Kristo ni honom Waraka bin Nofal enti di ne go ase no okay aha tiebi enti Waraka yesha say Waraka was the son of her paternal uncle i.e. her father's brother who during the pre-Islamic period became a Christian and used to write the Arabic writings and used to write of the Gospels in Arabic. Intina Waraka obeye Kristoni a ono so no otwere Gospels no na otwere Gospels tie bi yepese ye story na say the guy ne kan sa na tie pepe na munya to wase okay. As much as Allah wished him to write, intina Waraka oye Kristoni a otwere Gospels no no or Gospels then who say Gospels now Muslims ni claim ni sisi asa aye corrupt no Waraka na watch Muhammad time no Muhammad time Gospels na ne wo hono no na wo hono sisi no but still after the Muslims ni aye corrupt. Okay, we to awesome. He was an old man and had lost his eyesight. TB Khadija said to him, "Oh my cousin, listen to the story of your nephew." Waraka asked, "Oh my nephew, what have you seen?" Etiefo enkofo ne bae no ene na Waraka hu se wa hunu bibi uti ase na say who is so critical thinking keke or say listen to the story of your nephew Tebi was oh cousin listen to the story of your nephew what Waraka say oh my nephew what have you seen I don't know who say what have you seen I don't know who so okuhunu bibi or say listen to the story until oba be can story bi ache na or say what have you seen yen fanto nchen okay yen fanto nchen. Okay, the prophet described whatever he had seen. Waraka said, "This is the same Namus." Okay, and Waraka na kacheno. This is the same Namus, Gabriel, the angel who kept the secret. Into Waraka and Muhammad ekan a story ni chire Waraka no. Ansa na Waraka ne ba kan chire Muhammad say, the same angel no ono so keep secret no. Whom Allah tebi into Waraka na extend whom Allah had sent to Moses. Sama whom said the Muslim ne kan won comment the video mo wonom no sabe pepe na one Muslims no books mo into Waraka na catch ai Muhammad say the ohunu ye na angel a friend Gabriel sa angel no so ko Moses wonom into ena Waraka to aso I wish I were young I could live up to the time when you people will turn you out. Into Waraka say, I wish I were young and could live up to the time when your people will turn you out. Allah's messenger TB asked, "Will they turn me out?" Waraka replied in the affirmative and said, "Never did a man come with something similar to what you have brought, but was treated with hostilities." Into Waraka patra say, "Wano wanyini into senka ebian ko ye young dia na message na Muhammad deba no ko no Waraka no beboa Muhammad say no work ko no beboa Muhammad na yesen ko Muhammad o metima spread but we young we old so what I say because every time we be na obi di some message obi ba no ono ane ko for standing against no so what say Ben Moshe di message papa ba na ono ane ko for person standing against no the same thing o kan o say no okay. If I should remain alive till the day when you will be turned out then I will support you strongly. Nti Waraka catch and say me da so tiase say ebedu na bi nkofo ombejao he say Waraka no beka say your prophet. So on Waraka no beka say your prophet because o keka nsem a obi eni ma no kwa nanim. Muhammad beduru hono within 3 minutes 2 seconds na Waraka de watimi hu say angel Gabriel. By Muhammad now on any cage mo hono no wo hu say angel na ba ne nchen. But after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while, and the prophet became a tefo mute. Said the guy but after a few days, Waraka died, and the divine inspiration was also paused for a while. Said the guy kind pepe no sa ne go mu booksum. Became so sad we have what's he saying okay the prophet became so sad we have heard that he intended several times to throw himself from the top of high mountains And every time, therefore, the prophet not try to commit suicide because the inspiration is stop away. But after a few days, Waraka died, and then the divine inspiration was also paused for a while, and the prophet became so sad. We have heard that he intended several times, therefore critical, several times, to throw himself from the top of high mountains, and every time he went up there, up to the top of the mountains, in order to throw himself down, Gabriel would appear before him and say, "Oh Muhammad, you are indeed Allah's messenger, in truth." Therefore, we are clear. The brother ne kan no, asem na brother ne kan no.
Uba Quran wa ye wo bibi wo say bia prophet Oshia abofo no. Oba afie no eye Khadija ni yere Khadija. Ono ko hu ni uncle. E fe no Waraka bin Nafa. Waraka bin Nafa no approve say ade a prophet hu no eye obofo. Nti after that no na revelation no na aba every time na aba. After the death of Waraka bin Nafa no revelation ni sizie. And say revelation is sizie. Thank you. Ya kai Quran no and the issue of the Quran Yahudah ni nyina wom.
I have read Islamic history, but minya ain't coming across. But what I know is say when the Holy Prophet died and a revelation sees here, can you give me proof, evidence for this assertion? On the basis of common sense and a free thinking, Quran, it's say and the Muslim because it was confirmed by this person who was not there when the angel appeared to him. They are talking one making historical claim still against Muslims. Say, Emmanuel Waraka ewu yepe and a revelation no I have read Islamic history, but minya ain't coming across. But what I know is say when the Holy Prophet died and a revelation sees here, can you give me proof, evidence for this assertion? On the basis of
therefore, we a clear proof that this guy is not claim say students of Islam and Obwa. We say the first thing I was saying was before so Islam because when the beginning of the Quran, also a student of Islam, na Guyana misrepresent Islam. Sana Guyana kind and so you prove I didn't know almost sources and Yamina make on Yaminu Masem. A son go books. And so Amissah onim she a brofakese or a brofakese or muyusu to confuse the people. Me reading here very poor. Some okay. But me try. Me get proud of it. Me try. Say me improve myself. By me a normal guy. Said me kind before. No me a normal guy. Me need certificate to be a by still no crap. Say o say to me so you know. Normal guys like me now. You reading here porn so you will be bigger. And so yeah, I didn't say was screen so Amissah or can say Ghana misrepresent Islam. And so I didn't know that was screen so no. Oh, sana or kind Muntebio. Audio video name mobile. Man, good. What's the guy?
One making historical claim still against Muslims. Say, Emmanuel Waraka ewu yepe and a revelation no I have read Islamic history, but minya ain't coming across. But what I know is say when the Holy Prophet died and a revelation sees here, can you give me proof, evidence for this assertion?
It's clear now and the proof no name they actually was saying okay. But few days later, Waraka died. The divine inspiration was also paused for a while. And the divine inspiration paused. And to get any confusion, I want to say, I didn't think Waraka knew the inspiration is stop here. What has Waraka got to do with the inspiration of Allah? Or say, your man of evidence, no. And then Muhammad episode committed suicide many times, or several times, to throw himself from the top of high mountains. And every time he went up on the top mountains, in order to throw himself down, Gabriel would appear before him and say, "Oh Muhammad, you are indeed Allah's messenger." na yes it happen many times, at least more than 2 times no. Ti Muhammad tell me or come mountain so ko kuno ho because inspiration in ma. Walaka we na apostle ye. It say inspiration apostle for long time Muhammad no I confused. Okay, moment to akakra bi na si. Oh Muhammad, you are indeed Allah's messenger. In truth, whereupon his heart would become quiet and he would calm down and would return home. And whenever the period of the coming of the inspiration used to become long, he would do as before. Every time Mubiana Muhammad, even though say angel na baba can't tell and say well, prophet no say a check na onya revelation biana no come mountains no kokuno ho. Sana adeneka until every time Mubiana the period na inspiration in manner he would do as before. But when he used to reach on top of the mountain, Gabriel will appear before him and say what he had said before. That's what you're saying now. And this is what Islam, saying Islam, a beginning here. Beginning of Islam, no. To we are Arabic in the water, a was so no, okay. Memfan Tremon. At for Yakasa Sahin, we a Sahin Abuhari. And yam Memanuma Sem, a Yakasa Sahina, a authentic for the people who don't know, no. Authentic sources, no. Men can say any authentic, a authentic source. Someone tell saying and he said Amissah Ojina hono makasa Ghana a misrepresentation of Islam no e Amissah na wabon onim de okasa fa ho e na Sean Nation so ono so na wabon etie for moment to Sean Nation de no so no maybe telephone lines this here because my proof point no enye Ben Moshe na kan asem we say Ghana onye common sense ni wa kan clear say onye common sense ni enye Ben Moshe but video we say na Ben Moshe nko ho no mo kasa saa but Amissah any Sean omo nyina deceivers
Biana why you confused said the way you started walk on tiwara kada titi Muslim Christian for yeah and the time ye kon hanon yeah and some ye kanin na titi efa Quran home yeah because according to obi and like a G Quran by and Yankopon any G Quran no by and here we want to know the truth. Say Yankopon the Quran buy and answer Adasa and the Quran buy it topic ne for a ban. It's all about Quran, yeah.
For some among what change topic no and yes and a guy in a kind Ghana the one can say or say a Cadidian what change topic no and why say guy say will be a trade Quran yes and a guy in a kind Zano Motier as I for me as I for no maternity.
I say come on for we say the only book where better defending Yankopon Quran.
Oh boy.
And don't take a Bible no one was so many and be careful Quran no. But you can't. Quran chapter way.
Maybe a Muslim. In your common sense family, I'm a free thinker.
Hold on. Sorry for interruption. You've made 2 statements. May a Muslim. Messiah a free thinker. Which is which?
It's no contradiction.
For proper communication,
okay,
clarify.
Be a Muslim. That's all. Maybe a Muslim. In your common sense family.
Avraham Ben Moshe.
And here we want to
Guy say or you Muslim, but what kind of clear so you Muslim on your common sense family or you Muslim on your common sense family, but munti the shon kind.
know the truth. Say Yankopon the Quran buy and answer Adasa and the Quran buy it topic ne for a ban. It's all about Quran, yeah.
I say come on for we say the only book where better defending Yankopon Quran.
Someone say answer for what it was 10 no. Guy so on your common sense in what kind of clear but what's a common sense for no? Say or the better common sense for. Say that me catch him some say
no contradiction.
For proper
it's guy no kind of saying you kind of say Sean no when you want him to find the truth no guy no kind say on your common sense you know Sean there was a common sense for no only book on mean attacking on the Quran. Sean pa omra platform so on free platform we say so no yen dialogue yen busa questions critical questions no use Quran no to explain himself come who say azan kwa onim hwe atiefo in 5 minutes time maybe a telephone lines no okay in 5 minutes time maybe a telephone lines no maintain Sean dey kakra see Sean what 10 ade na say common sense for but guys on your common sense ni we Muslim but o so adwene no o Muslim or ye free thinker. Yes, obusa questions on depending what the Quran be kan so keke kwa obusa questions ana ga na paachire. To ka so ye Muslim as ana wo paachire.
Ento mo take Bible no na wo so mo nyansem bi kafa Quran no ho, but omwa you can't. Quran chapter way emra commission ni shep budan ni mo no asem di ka ba ni kinka ma mekramo.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اقرأ باسم ربك الذي خلق خلق الإنسان من علق Allah don't form of for ni dimu. I say king can we ride ni dimu ni obo ade no. Obo nipa free to bi a akyere abom fu anu mu. King kan na we ride no ni anu monyam hene no.
Nti wala kan e kasana na. Wala ka onya adwene nkanya sasem seida. Only God can. On says the same city. Kom sheni king kan. We ride na obo nipa free to bi spam si bi mu.
Atie for was it just assemble home. Ye nyina ye hwade we ye can omo sources no. Sa na omo sources no they happen in reality no and wo omo habit ni mu no. Oba no ye say o kan kan na Muhammad kan ye ponche ye mia ye press Muhammad 3 times or the hanpopo ne ko fie. Shaking ne kwa huntini e twitchi. Someone says and the show on kan kire obi a on kan on mamu background details no. Ntina me di share me show was screen so no. There were many hadith report to the same stories, no. Tinye the show I can no kreno. No kreno say Muhammad no fa no. Keji mo no according to almost no fa ne papa. Ne ho fa no. Brutal.
King Kanidini. Ne jai idols no. When the first yichira ohun wo bodan mu.
Therefore mo say o say King Kanidini ne jai idols no. Nejai idols no. Na just say Muhammad na osum idols ana. Adie so a shown nation, shown na the can before no say mustema so ya. O se na Muhammad de na ono na amanfo so eso akuaba na omsum Yakopon. Na omo worship idols no. Na ono de na onye santi na tambia na okobom paye. Ti see the verse ne ba no. Ese kinkan nejai idols no. Okasa or contradicting itself by na adwunu po maso. Ni followers no so there once Ben Moshe attack nkwa de enfa ho wo kasa against Ben Moshe nkwa no de on be support o by ye per reality no ye per no kre no se show kan no kre na o ye no kre se Ben Moshe ya de na nye na se show kan no kre na ye no kre no ye ba akopɛ obi an kasa da bi ntimi nka ho by se wo kan na wo de intro de a ye be expose show da bi ye be expose intentem okay and is there was a king kind ne jai idols no na Muhammad no so idols ana anti according to ane anti na the verse ne be no okay
now emra oba fie no no ware Khadija radiyallahu anha muslim fo nyina ma ameno no ko sheni Muhammad ne yire panyin no obai che no se me ko hu ade bi wo budan bi mu no se de o kan de me fa nko teme wo fa on na so o ye ro church ne ko ka kire no that time no na wara ka 90 something years akokra na ni afira ohun ade munti asem ni yi
ya ken kan nyina ehun na ni afira so wo twere niema won na twere o translate Quran in Bible no
emra wo mudi wo de commission ko wara ka ho no ana o se maza tara de no ko hu ni sai o kan ni nyina de kire no asema wara ka beka ne se eye me yese mini ahoden I wish say ka mesaya akoda enka meboawo abana ko chene ayo confuse papa o se ukronfo ebe pamu afiri ha obe ya mu enemy kese
ono je no onim the secret
very good tie munti asem ni ti ko chene ka say how me ko fo do me pa me ya bank me beka bi o mutie
atie for what ye kan story no ye hu bibi sa honom wo boa o twantro o se me nko fo do me pa me ye bank ehn fa ye kan story no bibi sa ba atie for me ka tell show wo twantro so what say na Muhammad wa ka se me ye bank ase me no ade me no mutie Muhammad no onye obi at that time onye obi a onye prophet onye obi a o te ase o de message no kwampo ba na amamfo mpe no empene so se kana wo tie for mamudu Mama Musa question we say or can say Muhammad no you be away no kwadi for or can no cre den obi atie na asem sasa na tie dia adentina ka odi message we buy no ko obi accept na prekope na amanfo adao to Muhammad edi entra na obi a o can no cre no odi message bi ba of course obedi edi because they be o can no cre udu sika man na we first bank critical thinking ubusa questions we pay because wona we hater tina Muslim ba kono Muslim no ono ka say me Muslim ba me say free thinker no because or some but obusa questions say what is obusa questions obi a ono ye Muhammad ye alamin the righteous one the trustworthy obi agini di no e dey tina wodi Quran e ba na amanfo ngini say amanfo dwen say wo ye intro e ndada e magician no and tina omo ngindi wase me ye first bank ko ankasa bia okay wankasa me ye first bank bia ento am den so
wase sa na musuwe allazi sa yichere ko hunu wo bodani mu no eno na eba Moses so ewo mountain we Sinai ko we angel na wabakasa kire wo no oba Moses so
ati for a for na Bible mu no anase obi wo verse bia obi wo verse a e kire wo Bible mu say angel Gabriel eba Moses one mo mountain Sinai mami hu verse kro no ya wo mi so na me Christoni sa na me Christoni sa still me Bible no mu kakra ba ye hunu ba bia say angel Gabriel eba Moses one mo mountain Sinai mo Obwa Sean Nation say etwa ntrobion the same things and tronkwa or kasa with confidence or say Muhammad ne uncle Abu Jahab yen friend Abu Jahab be friend Abu Talib obwa enti wo kasa with confidence but bibie en tontra ntentenhuro hwinim
wasi anna Musa allazi anzala ala Musa alayhi salam wasi ana semeden wasi wo ye komisheni na mra ba kiam so ye komisheni no atafo benya no kuro ma sei no na yemi yese ari se kama ya branti kama boaw na papa na ne afira ohun hwe because on say wadi numanim wo righteous ni onim Moses Jesus Abraham say sa yi kire na ne ko wo no so the same yi kire na aba Muhammad Musa sallallahu alaihi wasallam so now mamma back kakra
ye bebia wo honom in Christianity a o say Moses Jesus ye ni bebia angel bia kokko attack Moses and Jesus o bebia ye ni bibisa wo Christianity so the Christianity we nyina na intro fabrication Sean me say wo te waso na wo ye sincere to serve Moses je Sean kan nyina ayazan intro keke
emra Khadija onya ngwale konjeni Muhammad no sallallahu alaihi wasallam o sonda ye bi say awia atro free so abeto ne fi ana ko
for mo amuti de okan no o sonda ye say awia atro free so abeto ne fi me so me sa awia bo ato edami fi wei ensem hunu awia abeto ne fi ase kire sesen
o yi che no ofa say ase che ne say ara so bo wale prophet anase nobleman nto wale koncheni Muhammad no na asem na ba musa asem na ofa kato ma wale obi ase obe komisheni den na mokote be kase waraka ene koche na after waraka waraka is the person who endorsed Prophet Muhammad as prophet
enunti na ma bi Moshe e kasa na ne nkrofo ne kasa na
yo a Christopher for bi kasa bebe na enemy of Islam asama mo kana no
waraka ne guideline
waraka is the first man a watch komisheni ni say agena ko hu no obodan ni mu no eye enji Gabriel na wo be prophet ewo wiase nipa nyina so
ete for mo te enti wa confirm ama ye hunu enye common sense for na kasa sa tem bia no guy na person wo ye say bia CSF for common sense bi guy no so ye Muslim and wa approve a kire ye sisi ye hunu say Sean so as agiatum say eye nokre waraka on the confirm ma Muhammad say di wo hunu no cage mo no eye angel Gabriel ɛna yɛwɔ Amissah so kan sɛ sampa na tie dia na yɛ sɛ Muslims no mu ni Nyankopɔn bia because the confirm ma Muhammad no na oni hobi the confirm ma Muhammad say Muhammad ehunu end na oni hobi
holy prophet died and the basis of common sense and free thinking crown etre say and na Muslim phone ya bia because it was confirmed by this person who was not there when the angel appeared to him. They are talking one making historical claim still against Muslims. Say, Emmanuel Waraka ewu yepe and a revelation no ACZ. I have read Islamic history, but me ain't coming across. But what I know is say when the Holy Prophet died and a revelation CZ, can you give me proof, evidence for this assertion?
Therefore, in the moment who be said Amissah or can was says and you prove evidence in their channel, and you who say Waraka and Yeden, Waraka and confirm Muhammad. Zia Amissah, one who says story we say no, Oshia Muslims no bet my country almost say a yampani or money alabia. Hypocrite over me and no. On Tinin Casa Osro Sean so I confirm my who say a yampa. Waraka and confirm Muhammad. Some would say.
He is the first person endorsing the prophet and until now kun say ni pa each and one and just on come on after Waraka cancer asem no a few days he passed away. Waraka endorsing and say your prophet obey prophet no what in few days and we
and me person be questions the time
for before so be questions no answer Sean Nation or no kan akere and the tier for no or say a few days no and a Waraka wuye by one country and say a few after Waraka wuye no I didn't stop ye so one country and the tier for no say a yampa de gane kind no kre after say Waraka wuye no the inspiration it stopped. I don't think I one can but after a few days Waraka died and the divine inspiration also paused. I don't think I want country the tier for no. When I make a say and that this guy no he don't have any rights or no better Christianity. Oni akwanya bia so no better Christianity because and that. The Muslim ne kind no e can say after some Waraka wu and a divine inspiration stop ye. I didn't try. Sean so kind one cancer so I didn't think I want cancer so. Because of person that amount for or pretend keke or no person or promotion ma Islam keke
Waraka wuye no tatna Quran aba
Dabi na Quran bi anya mai na first chapter na mimi nhyira wo sakin kan me no eno na ono e be ka kire Waraka no say we dia ene wo be prophet na me challenge Avraham Ben Moshe mu say hadith anasa Quran one chapter say Waraka be Nokware no one that can some church commission Muhammad and some church we nyina because we 114 chapters pages ne bebre any person no wodi mfie 90 years and commission Muhammad so onyamfie 63 and we wuo nti Waraka onyamfie sai
obia ehia de ehia ne say ye ntiase de person wo ye kire ye ne say obebe explain ya kire ye e di nti na Waraka wu ye no revelation so Paul so ye e di ntra your edi nti na Waraka connection be na Waraka oni revelation wo onye Muslim mpo ono no pious na ono ye righteous person na I don't think ya for ono anye prophet so what you say into question when na obusa pe is we bonsam we enemy of Islam just because we so adwena obusa critical questions and na sure so to no obu amanfo for the telephone number never told them this okay because makasa check my proof point in your mo Sean Nation no so who study the statement in the okeka nyina na and say papa bia ni honom and I say the okeka nyina no azan or pretend say ebia or explain bi akere mo by meanwhile no on the person okasa about Ben Moshe na what give me say kekeke so what you say or person okasa about Ben Moshe na what give me say kekeke enfa ho enti ye wa na ma wadwene mu na honom okay mi telephone number to honom wa opese ofre wi obetima frɛ na wo so waka wa hye wo opinion na so waka de wo hunu fa ho So maybe mistake grandpa I'll bet maka and then very important, okay? And to me the telephone number to them for the meantime. May to also come say if you be free will be and free grandpa now they say no will be anime ya again show nation yaza any Amissah omunim she okay to moment to also.
When you say oh we are say no say what the who kasa e beto me no ye ba mu na what any polo now
so what I say what the who kasa better than polo minima the cray by way near clear proof no ye maybe the evidence na chere mo screen so and my body video no so mama hunu bi ntinya me menu masem so what I say nya me menu masem e show nation enu masem
ye hwa de bi komisheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam no masa yenko Quran no na ye hwa de bi wo kan ye ka so to Fatiha Quran chapter ye nsi ni ya say we wala kana churo ye
pia medofo obi okay ni yanko
Quran chapter
obi anka say wara kana churo yo ndio kan say anything na wara ka wu ye na revelation stop ye into o ma twist ade no e no mind say wara kana churo ye so o ma twist no azan keke
chapter 1 verse 1 I say Allah odunfo mo brohunfo no di mu ayeye nyina wo Allah awiase nyina awrade no odunfo mo brohunfo no atemu de wura no wonkwa na yesom wo na wonkwa ho na yesre moa kire kwantene ne no wono ma wodi wana adumagu won so kwan no enya wono ma obufuo ba won so no na enya wono ma waira no
Kristo ni die de na wo be kan sem si ato ama obi ato agu ni bugu waraka is a Christian and in some way enyankopon enam Jibril alayhi salam Gabriel so e de Rasul Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam wenya ni pasem
on proven chire
we enye ni pasem enti wo se wadwe ni se wo se woni mba abrum e na woni hwan mu you see medika aka se ensem na wo kan nyina no Islamic belief no na wodi asofo ndi asiani we Juni because okodi Jew for na chiansa na wo se nyankopon bi ani ho enti okasa as a Jewish Jew for ta koncheni Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam
na ya Abraham ta eka asemwe ena like me you be maka Hebrew wa Hebrew na ada Hebrew no bibi sunku bi o Hebrew mu na emu ana
onim Hebrew mu nka
atiefo girl omo yazan omo prepare omo message na omo de te wono no girl question we obekan we any Hebrew bia Ben Moshe nka hwe o video we ye boy we say mama hunu say Ben Moshe nkasa onyan kasa onka bibia o video we say mu by Ben Moshe hu no omo ye di entra eye because eye Ben Moshe ye market eye market e man keke into we use the name Ben Moshe keke and obi try no obi atre wo comment ni mu say he is promoting Ben Moshe in a wrong way eye Nokware ojo omo she da me say some okoni pages so see ya ne videos are why no the last 55 videos are guy we ya no ni nyina is about Ben Moshe oni bibi obeka bibia bi just Ben Moshe nkwa na o say promote Ben Moshe in the wrong way so what I say ti for telephone number na da ho no okay into wa person of free bia no betima frɛ and say me program na awa already almost 1 hour 50 minutes na ya be kono so yeah man what too much nti wa person of na also wo adwinkyere bia no betima frɛ WhatsApp number nkwa WhatsApp nkwa okay say the bear amount for me china me kan me bad ya na me kasa since amount for line so na amount for so enya omo time no omo de hwɛ me no and so ye tie no omo show omo ideas me person me omo the same opportunity no omo so ba kyerɛ omo so be kasa so when you say be say me nkwa me kasa na me wi na masɔre kɔ there be ye person a year conversation nti wo bia wo ba na wo ne me nya adwene Richard Tando say please call me Richard I don't know one on frɛ Richard frɛ 14 minutes ago my frɛ back okay 14 minutes ago enti frɛ na wo so kyerɛ wa adwene de wo kan no eni me nya adwene wo betima ba be challenge Sethoo de me so me kan because me kura evidence na me proof na wa say hello Richard
Sethoo good morning good evening
yeah good evening what say
Michia obia our platform so Michia obia and the my network not the this able
oh sorry
anyway I be mu dia me nkasa kaka Che on say me asem we de dia me kasa asem no say a friend say Abraham no they say Abraham na kwa akoye hot cake e wo social media ne so a obia opese oba oketi ni page dia one attack Abraham am promote page a unya viewers me call social media na me team platform ne so a oko makaban ni page a or ye videos a me ko check anytime obey video bia obey attack common sense for bia any viewers anytime obey bass obey ka or ye preaching de be kan ya me asem any viewers UT dawa anytime bia obeka so ye Korean in chire bia any viewers anytime bia obeka so attack prophet bia can say bia or ye there or reply ni bia any viewers anytime bia obeka so or attack common sense Avraham Ben Moshe bia any viewers friends Sister Mandy Blessing Mandy the same thing Obedia, the same thing. Oh, social media no. I say obey attack CSF bia onya viewers. Christophone na be kwa kota na chi ya ni kremofo na be kwa kofra. Amani views. Na I say asem na ni pane kanokra say make sense mpa. Once I attack common sense. And now attack Abraham Kwan dear, ye support na nimpana asem na oka or say ye papa or ye papa oka. We are the friends some poor ya. Come with the negu. Wegu. So no so news and jumedia intino well me bremuni too much say asam na ube ye fa obi video ne o Sethoo fa utumi fa so for bi video any obi utumi pick obi video na wo dey ayo program in a nice way ube analyze no pepe say ni ade ne tie na video ne kona by the way boy on video oya no pasisa topic no question na nke say da ho no say won answer no pasisa no ana ode namba ka Korean phone hina ya she ho nkom Korean wo so wantumi amfa be samba Korean book bia ni ho ma Korean defending Yankopon Korean nko ani book ebetumi defending Yankopon wa asem Yankopon na ye defending no bonsam kra mpo na ye say Ono Yankopon ko osoro ho nti na ya to na aba fom no ono mpo enya obi independent no ta asem ne no kro say enya no kro ono kra obi independent no e fom ha no obi independent no Yankopon na otesoro ho no ohia defenders a say makeresi enom ne friends and domains anumi na eko defense no mu defending Yankopon yen say e be hye no sure na nga say oye o san so ye Hamedia o mu believe eyo hadith o ye mo wan say oye Hamedia
no enti Richard so Hamedia no onje hadith ni ndia sa story na what kind about waraka no onye free hifa
okoyi anu pa nka me be kan enu kro na nka me be bisa no oye Hamedia.
Okay, Richard.
Try so be yan number bi on the page ni so say o person ni ye dialogue.
Okay.
Na share say kwan bebe ma obe yan one on one. Na ye na ya ba be say the obeka. Right. That's o bo adwuma. It's active chat ne fragrance. Hey, fragrance me te un kante o.
Okay, that's Richard.
Sethoo,
That's Richard the friend, okay. Wa afraid bia me throw back okay wa afraid bia me throw back sisi a no brother back online so Sly Fox me wo number no WhatsApp WhatsApp ni say okay enti check WhatsApp no na say free back on WhatsApp hello
Sethoo.
Stone Shutter
Nye ready what's over. Na me show say me say na because you dead match na me show because you video that na wo.
Dabi
I'm going to try here. Enye easy. Wọ́n say Sethoo uti.
Ntie.
Isi na nkasa na wọ́n say according to Shampoo na nkasa ne kasa mu. Na ese waraka no mbom na this out of relation no for the ma prophet no. So what I say because of no bi a wo so ono no yede. O tika by Old Testament in some no say sa ngige bra na ko Moses ho no. Moses so story no. Enye ngige bra na ko Moses nche o madensana. Sama Moses ku nipa o Egypt, Moses gba na ko media. Na se Jethro nche no. A wodi ngwa no ko adidi na ya say burning bush bi so ye. So what I say according to Bible no part say Moses no ko ka Jethro. Na Jethro no ka say o gya no hu gya na o benja no yi ni papoa. Na on ka say ura ma ura de kasa metio. So what I say ndi je no say Shampoo no ka say according to Exodus no. Ndi je no asema akwa weka no asema Shampoo lo ka na kwa sa nsemienu because of no nyangi Gabriel na ko Moses ntia o matitana so ati ase because of no me say Sethoo no kwara no bepie bepie mo se mo prophet ni mu twere ni makenkan prophet Sethoo ni mu twere ni makenkan no so ko kan Quran no so a ne ira ahia ho nsem wo Quran no mu so ati ase sa Quran 33 verse 50 no. Osi Nyankopon so what we ware ne so aba ne wofa ba. Nti Nyankopon na hye sa asem ina gu ma no nti Moses mo so story no sa eni bi wo mu sa ma Moses mo ana. Wo e the message ba bra o say ko research chi amanfo. Ko research message chi amanfo wo anka sa personal message wu. Na sa ha na kire. So ati ase Sethoo buku nde yankra mo fo na ye ka enti ase. Ye kanya nsisi so maye. Uko kasa so si buoi. Sethoo nyeze kura Sethoo ma mfana pa from kura. Uko buku ne Sethoo buku aso ma no kura Kristo na man di protection down na chama mbe na ma no ba de na papa no de ko ma no mu so Kristo. Sethoo nyebete. Na me mo e wate.
Medase.
Sethoo kura betie.
Ni kaka. Ete for mamu TV we on so ye Muslims or ye Muslim by we kind of saying say me catch we ye Muslim on so ye then obusa questions so ye we Muslims so on ma obusa questions no by obusa questions pe na ya target we say we ye Muslim bia biom nti ye Muslims on kind of say ye critical thinkers accept bia just like that come so be obusa questions so brother ba ko no se me friend no Sly Fox na me friend okay and me na make can me ba me try see me ma opportunity no wa wo hwe bi no who spend your time now so contribute to what platform we say so no so what me friend na kan wa adwene so wo hom hello Bema
Hello yeah
when I can say evening ubetimi low YouTube no na wakasa with telephone mo anasi bibisa because voice near very
with the economic person me said that next program make me contribute because me was my point na do this am in o ka me next time na oh yeah na my
okay
okay na oh yeah bye and that's
Matthias okay bye brother it's here for the platform we say me kind of beginning a additional platform adesua no nkyerɛ sɛ me na me teacher da bi ɛkyerɛ sɛ yɛdi yɛ ho nkɔmmɔ nti deɛ me nim no ebi a woba na aba bɛka a metime asua bi ɛne nyina yɛ adesua sɛ wɔ ho ɛno nti na platform nti woba a wo no afrɛ me ma opportunity no Sean Nation no wɔnyɛ saa ombie line no ntom sɛ amanfoɔ mfrɛ no ka yɛ nim guaseɛ sɛ wɔ ɛyɛ nim guaseɛ ba yɛ nti saa wɔ ha sɛ wobɛtumi afrɛ na waba bɛkyerɛ madeɛ wobɛtumi afrɛ na waba bɛyɛ program wobɛtumi aba bɛka deɛ wonim akyerɛ amanfoɔ because ebia na deɛ wonim no ebɛtumi aboa me am kraba ama improve myself okay enti video we say no ɛyɛ almost 2 hours enti ɛyɛ very long no ɛwa enti yes amanfoɔ ntimi hwɛ okay amanfoɔ kakra na my friend Stone Shutter ɛne Richard da mu nyina ma se say the man who ya ni bo shon de kakra de ato aso na je say mahunu say shon omu ni message bia video no mo boy no Ben Moshe nya ehwe ba mo de mum tie video no mo sare to aso no ke mum tie ma mo hwe bi mo hwe kakra
Hebrew bia entro
say Hebrew Bible ana
dia wo kan so kan Hebrew no ye hwe video bi mera so kan Hebrew na
all right I don't fuck up mo ne go hwe video number
eya na emiya de bia me ka kire mo say Ghana ha me ka kire biom no pastor, no Christian pastor, no Christian scholar can stand in my presence. Enye de Bible na mu nsua enti na no me kire mo Bible na me de ache mu free. Obekọ wa asori ahwemu na ko.
Few moments later.
1 Timothy 3:16. Why can Greek version that? Mama so from your research. Woni pa me share Greek Bible, we share Hebrew Bible, we do be compare. Who cry good news Nick King James Nick NIV. Who be jam many people like kind.
Several months later.
Avraham Kasano no say or a software na
Coffee radio
branches and a whole lot of things. Now in order to say ube disprove obgd no, you must make us believe say what should they suya we suya ye. I just have one question for Avraham. Avraham, are you able to tell us, everybody here, me, I'm Carl Desmond. Be from a Carl Desmond. But you're from a Carl Desmond. I can prove to you, say, in order that the English Bible and the Greek are two different things. Now, when you are actually, when you are say English, you know, the English is not as rich as the Greek. For example, what for BB to say love, the word love, Greek moi. It has four. I'm asking a question. I'm giving a background. Please be quiet. It has four different words. The question. It has four different words. Over Greek anymore. The word love. Four different interpretations. So, for example, okay, John 3:16. For God so loved the world. Any time Jesus Christ bisa Peter say, "Lovest thou me?" So two love never no. They are all love, but in the Greek, one is translated phileo, and then the other is translated agape. Are you able to tell us, say, you are an expert in the Greek and Hebrew or Aramaic language? Are you able to tell us? Are you able to tell us you are an expert in this particular Bible? Like that when you bet me say ochina ye debate me I can read Greek by the grace of God. Ye the Greek Bible na ebaha you can read and tell us na enia na. That's my question.
12 seconds later.
Boss. A question that's wrong. O express a church the moon akasai. Answer no mama kwan me express me ho na me church him. This is the first insult to every Christian. We say Bible no original a Hebrew and Greek. Adena one me a Christopher nyina ensie Hebrew ni Greek and so much yes ready. And na mu kure ki Bible e dey je collection. Neighbor, quiet. The pacho, Muyabotre. Neighbor, Sanchez. The pacho, Muyabotre. Na Avraham, answer question. The pacho, Muyabotre, my age. Akwese, we need criminal. We person in criminal debate. We be say, we to make a kind Arab. Or the sort say, shut up. Member debate. No. To answer some criminal debate here. I am quoting the English. Say English me wrong. Offer Arab and then me catch up you know say any debate we say any other with Hebrew to Greek. Name me Avraham. Let me quote to Bible verse. Say a mistake one of the Greek and the Hebrew knowledge never. Me research from Hebrew and Greek sources. We just say I know Greek by the grace of God. It's not by the grace of God. You went and studied it. Who focus here? Yeah, the grace of God. And you shake the casa. I have the grace of God there. And then you could probably be asking the pregnancy Greek in China.
We have Christian even the time video in which I say, oh, so in Hebrew, but the Catalan canon and not to Papa. So, what in Hebrew, no Greek, English.
Some of them will be enti de omo ya no so video we okoboy any the owo ye ni hweye ene ni hweye by just say omo create content omo program omo platform so keke aza to way a clear proof no Sean Nation onim ni Quran onim ni Islam o keka nsema enim e ba expose no more videos to come okay more videos no edoson ye ka se ebo me pese ka me bo we kakra to by time e call almost 2 hours e duru 2 hours ano no obi a amanfo entimi internase so long okay enti ye fa program no end wa ha se ye na se for misrema mo am wo line no so sisi ai no mo nyina mo mia like ne so say dey be ya YouTube for so be promote video no ye pese duru actually because mo am onkofo am no mo ye contact no mo so mo like ya YouTube show e wo mo platform so misrema mo mia likes no so me pese me hu se likes na akoko duru 100 so na say dey be ya YouTube for be promote wa de no misrema like na nkosto hwe mia so misrema mo mia so mame na mama ade ne nko na chi okay because ye transe na ye videos no na amanfo ehunu videos na je say enso manfa so no say dey pe no no ye pese videos no ko achire nti misrema ye favor we ma Sethoo okay me bo Sean Nation de ne kakra bi de atoa so ma mu ntie ni nsem ne bi na me de video no be end sisia
wo ya so de kasa now me be say kin kan say mu Quran me say wala kan ka che ko nchini Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam because tie asura ye hunu emra scientist for nyam from machine ko hunu ye no e wo me say Hebrew Bible no o ka gine chapter 1 na sa heaven na wo on heavens ashama heavens but o ma bon no ma ye heaven
Sean Nation ni kan tro bi so obi abon samote o mo tire Bible na bon onu na wodi made sa na Sean Nation ni dwene it's amazing
Quran say nyankopɔ say haraka samawati sab'a mabasra hodon so enti sense was ampa eso say 7 layers hey Quran can tell for any years now enti wala kan hu yana ana wala kan nani ko hu so say 7
34 so the Muslims no be omo problem na say omo nim say scientists Quran ba in the 7th century in the 7th century in the 4th century kwapone was scientists honum in the 4th century na ye was scientists na man for studied astrologies ba omo nim say Muhammad nkwadi obi anim say 7 layers na wo honum say ozone 7 ozone layers ni nya ne omo nim dada in the 7th century no omo nim dada enye Muhammad ni Quran Muhammad or tifra man for ne was scientists honum a omo live way before Muhammad in the 4th centuries kwapone ye was scientists honum omun develop nkokodu by na omun nim niema na omun nim astrologies ade mu moon ni stars na omudi omunya akopon na omuka create niema na omun nim de wo wiem honom na enye more advanced de aba bedru sa amre we say no de bie wadwene mu shon bie wadwene mu nya akora okay bie wadwene mu enye I cast 7 layers na wo honom no it has nothing to do with Quran and Islam enye Muhammad de buy na omunim that 7 all enye Muhammad de buy my guy focus so okay
ebiam esuri sasasi etware speed asasi di no Quran say asasi yakobɔ say asemasasi ni etware na me de botam bo mu say de be ya enwo so mo wala kan hu yan kan
once again Quran in kasa Quran say asasi na ode ase honom te se kete ene ode bo na to so say de bia wo kompo ano a na opese wo kochile wo mpo ano na wo blanket ne be se honom na wo de bo bi asisi ano say de be ya mframa ne hu ni nko sa na Quran na dwene asasi wetie enka se twan Quran nka ba bi asasi bi atwan bia onka oboa enti Allah de wo dwene say asasi ne flat enti people na asisi wo asasi we say people na wo honom no people no Allah say wona de be si so wo de people ni be si asasi no so say de be ya asasi ne hu nko we kura poporo say wo nyankopon because people na wo honom no people no enfiri ne be si asasi no so people ni fira asasi ase na eba people no asasi mienu no kahia say ya na apu na ayi people na ba na people na begina honom enti asa people bi esi obi ano efira asasi ase na bae enfiri suru ne be si honom so we nyina no onim oso obi abon osi Quran no ntinya Allah kan say or the asasi ne say honom e na or the people ne be si so say de be asasi ne hu nko enkura dwene
woni machine because BC na machine bi ani ho wo be hu se wiase ne kura etwale
wo di kan kasa no kra no o ma enti ase se wora ka no obi anani Nefra. It me say you must start questioning say. Aside this na nefra, Yakopon obi ne ma ni hu niam ana.
Nasa. And I mention say, Emra o have video no say no omokogogo. Agogo ha say o hono ma. Eye bom trimuka. Bo sem kan sem no mokeka. Yengwa Quran num.
Enti for bobo ese ma hu say as again the question or the busa Sean ha say no. Sean wa expose to say onim de akasa fa ho. Oko Google ben ya. Muntie question no ma muntie question again the busa Sean. Na muntie answer na ode ma again. Muntie again the question no. Muntie again the question na muntie Sean answer.
Eni ho obehu se wiase no kra etwale.
O di kan kasa no kra no o ma enti se wora ka no obi anani nefra. Enti me say you must start questioning say aside this na nefra Yakopon obi ne ma ni hu niam ana.
Nasa. And I mention say Emra o have video no say no omokogogo. Agogo ha say o hono ma. Eye bom trimuka. Bo sem kan sem no mokeka.
Ye busa o question get any busa o question because what I can o busa onim niam bebre. Enti get any busa o say ti na ade Yakopon bi guy na niam ne hunu niam na spiritual realms ni o say omko Google akoko. Asema na okay. Sema hu say Sean de amanfo adwene di agro. O de amanfo adwene di agro. Mekasa ebewa because they show be can be an most of the time no say na meka no so ho etie for men kasa Islam no de nya wasemo da we Christian dabi e was also unya a little bit knowledge about Islam to protect yourself because you go through baby ni ebusa questions are e bia unima omotimi de kaka nsem bia enya no krempo de akire say the show no ye no enti a very good so obe acquire a little bit knowledge about Islam because Muslims no de Muslims no ye kire o mo Bible no ewo omunim Bible no by Christians no omunim Quran no enti wo share Muslim ni bi na wo share Christo ni bi na wo do mi anu gina hono ma Muslim no betima ka bibi about the Bible but wo say Christo ni something about Quran a hard onim hwe enti wo susu akakra na wo watimi e de kire amanfo okay me the program no be end wo ha say okay tie for me the munyina amase ma mo platforms na me da say before so be kono me like no so okay enko so hwe a support platform we say my videos no could do actually and also the year we say okay Kwame bi me da say also keep up your good work bro Richard Tando or say Akoya Bombasa oni kind of say Sean Nation okay Richard ne friend okay James Nate straight up James me da say so maba more platform we say nyina maba mumia bell no so mun subscribe na mun stay tuned because you be more videos so our platform we say so okay something Sethoo Kwabena-ssk and Sethoo SSK mun subscribe or say me before so be kono me like no so mame na comment throw wo idea say de ohunu bia no comment na ye hunu videos no enko a kire mama okay enti me the program no be end wa ya me de obi ase mo amoso bia me de obi ase okay me de obi ase mun subscribe na mun share say wunnim Sean Nation so tag no mo na sa tag ni bio okay etie for enti me the program no be end wa ya ti mo ma ba me de obi ase
Many so time me who we are seeing no and I used to be by maybe Sunday Biana Wengo. Fisa free today, a Christo for Jesus is coming soon 2019 years ago, and so still I won't do. Common sense in judgment in answer that why you garden of feeding on your coupon said Biana Wembo. Yeah, to be on the map on summer went to. We was a bon summer may bonia make jebo. When you blasphemy, Bammy who say it makes sense. On the ball me or Mama Jenna for self defense. When I go bob on somebody paya bonia, I then I won't couldn't feel to avoid more offense. But when Kumu Sam no Koneba, before then. Ubi kuhumu binkeka ono this room went mene akwanante na yena yeti asase so na yebehwa manager akonya who be the enemy samoka sebon samoa esande so funny o Kristo ni a woni do munya me somponi na mo bompa ye tututu na broni make more money empire bon save economy so shut up use the common sense ye jumade bo awo my nenya go daily bread na to we japade ho fence o kwa sorry o wan go wo body na the church utu esika de mo so for na yire na weekend we need bank account. Nyame some pani so bebe kakra ko nyanka. Uti our tight, to our dues, $1 pounds. And so make us say you be pan sorry kodim pampa. With all due respect, Yame we asame sunya meal. When you go boy say Yame so me ya we ya home. Enti we ya lawyer near, we ya doctor near, we ya teacher near, Nokware and one no. CSF Avraham Ben Moshe na yet on can't man ka Ghana antiti say religion ti kamia ye senyansa nya adwuma biemo yato ye nkocha na twena kofa broni die no wuhia bibeni a ye frɛ wo saying was your friend Frederick and so be hu broni bi a ye friend Kofi Konto ya identity so who gonna be called the brethren broni say ne kete da so bibeni mbobo adwene ne ho abodi ne bre obi ne ho awotwe bibie sika da ho a wonpe wa broni ka prayer de to ahwede enti Africa yanto ye ne meye be ye mobo your friend is away nyom ne ye me bomoko